the One Malaysia concept, with the emphasis on unity in diversity, right, as well as on people first and performance now, in my opinion, is a good rallying cry, for a country as complex as Malaysia. First, on about unity, I think by emphasizing on accepting and not just tolerating, right, respecting and appreciating diversity, is a very major step forward. Okay, and it also actually fits in very well with the Gerakan ideology, right, and with my own personal worldview, that we should be accommodative, we should be inclusive, and look at diversity as strength and as an asset to the nation that we can leverage on, right? For example, even in as simple as in the economic sphere, we can leverage on our cultural connections with China, with India, with the Islamic countries, and with the Western, especially the English-speaking world, right? So if we can really look at it from a positive point of view, One Malaysia definitely is a good philosophy to guide us. Yeah, but then you see, when you talk about unity in diversity, we are not talking, we are accepting diversity, right? In fact, we should be appreciating diversity. So the very definition of diversity, that the very fact of life is that we are multiracial, multi-religious. Yeah, we can never be a uniformity. Well, let's say unity is not that uniformity, right? Because when you talk about unity in diversity, we're not talking about imposing uniformity, right? Because that in itself is already against the concept of unity in diversity, right? So of course all these differences still exist, and it will take a period of time to adjust. And I think we are evolving, perceptions are changing. Okay, of course there are bound to be reactions too, but it's only normal. In any relationship, human relationship, even in a family, brothers and sisters, husband and wife, right? It takes constant nurturing and reminding that we are different. Now, have you read the book about the Venus and Mars, or Mars and Venus, about men and women? Okay. Right, you never expect men and women to be exactly the same and to fit in and to don't have any conflict. What more, two or more communities with different religions, different cultures, different languages, and I see this as a long-term process of adjustment. Let me take an example, a very quick example of the US, that started off as as a country with proclamation of independence. All men are born equal, and yet slavery lasted for 100 years. And after a civil war for emancipation, the blacks still did not get their voting rights automatically until another 100 years. And there was segregation in the South, and it took the enlightened white, plus prominent black leaders like Martin Luther King to bring about a great change, and only how many years later that you see Obama, right? But even Obama is is mainstream America. No doubt we could have done better, perhaps, okay? But if we compare to many other countries, I think we have not done that badly, to be fair. Because I think there's basically amongst our people of different religions and cultures, there's a reservoir of goodwill, you know, and the various communities are not, savage communities, you know, they are not, they are all peace-loving. No, I would look at it differently, okay? Because demonstration, and even with, I don't want to use the word violent,
Okay.
but at least, some misbehavior or overzealous behavior has also been a common feature of evolving democracies like Taiwan, okay? Like Thailand. Not to talk about even the Western countries, they also burn effigies. Perhaps we have learned from them in the wrong way, right? And that's why I'm against this. I'm against burning of effigy of Guan Yin, right? When I was asked, I said, I recently just commented, I said that, that was excessive and it's wrong, okay? We can demonstrate peacefully to express your feelings, but to go beyond that, would be rude and crude, right? But nonetheless, it all started with the Reformasi demonstration of '98, right? How sometimes it turned quite violent, okay? So I think we should still insist on, cultivating a culture of responsibility while, having as much freedom as we should, okay? I think if you start comparing to other countries, you will see that we are, along the same line, right? Have I answered the question?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very well.
Yeah. I mean,
You've answered it very well.
Yeah, but I would rather see that, I would rather see debate, right? Even like open debate through TV. I would rather see gathering in an assembly hall or even in a stadium. Well, I look at societal progress in a sort of it goes in loops, Although you may advance, but sometimes it go backwards a bit and before it advance further, right? Because if you had asked me the same question a few years ago, I would have quoted you the example in France, where there was also rioting in France, okay? And the most recent referendum by Switzerland to ban the minaret. Would you then say that has Switzerland regressed? Okay, I would say that there are definitely latent feelings of discontent that sometimes found expression in improper, I would say improper manners. Okay, but I would like to take a larger view, a longer view. Okay, if you look at the society and politics in 1982 when I first joined politics. Okay, at that time, the emphasis was very much on monoculture, more on. But we have now become more multicultural.